Do you wing it when it comes to your life and daily schedule? Are you that agent that's talking on the phone, writing an offer, while checking your emails, texting, and the TV's on in the background, and it's 9:30 p.m. and you haven't eaten dinner, and oh, you just remembered that you signed up for your kids' field trip and it's tomorrow? Do you remember the last time that you worked out or did something for yourself? Or are you finding yourself up late at night, exhausted, getting the day's tasks done? Or are you that rock star agent that manages to get it all done and looks so happy and well rested? My name is Alicia Soikawa, mom of 3 from Richmond, Virginia, and I grew from a solo agent to a SEAL team of 6 and growing, and I'm going on my 7th year of coaching with Tom Ferry. I actually signed up at a sales edge event with Bill Pipes, and my husband spontaneously signed me up without me knowing, and I was winging it at that time, so thank God he did. Fast forward to 2020, we closed 58 homes for $21.5 million in business in volume and $642,000 GCI, up from $18 million in 2019. My team services the greater Richmond area and central Virginia. We are 2 hours from the coast, 2 hours from the mountains, and 2 hours south of Washington, D.C. It's an amazing place to work, live, and play. Here are the top 4 things that I do consistently daily to win the day and my schedule. First is prioritization and delegation or outsourcing. You first have to figure out for yourself, professionally and personally, what's most important to you. Remember that business plan that we worked so hard on in Loom? Imagine this glass vase here is 24 hours in a day. It's something that we all have in common, okay? And then we have big rocks. So a big rock here would represent a big thing in your life. So for me personally, a big rock would be my family, which is one of my huge whys, which would go in the vase first. Sleep, I hope you're getting 6 to 8 hours, would go in the vase. My real estate business, a big rock. My couple time with my husband, time with my kids, my personal time, like this is when you work out. And we can't forget vacations and time off from work, right? So that's a big time off. That's a big rock as well. So we put all of these big rocks in the vase. That's 24 hours a day. Next is going to be your medium-sized rocks. These are important things that happen during the day, but they're not the big rocks. So a medium rock would be like a doctor's appointment, personal grooming appointments, birthday parties, your activities that you may go to that are important to you. So these would be considered your medium rocks, and they would go in next in your day. Then you have pebbles. Pebbles are those mundane tasks that you have to get done day to day. So an example for that would be like house chores, grocery shopping, your administrative tasks, all those little things. Even travel time from appointment to appointment would be considered a pebble, right? So those would go in your day. They would fill in your day here. So lots of pebbles and lots of different rocks and size, right? Next, you have the sand. All right, sand represents the unintentional time that you have during your day. We all have it. Time that seems to just fly by, or oh my gosh, I've watched an hour of TV and I didn't need to do that. So those are time wasters, right? So then you have your sand. And so that would pour in after, okay? So based on this, you can see how important it is to place your big rocks in your vase before the pebbles and sand. So based on this, looking at your big rocks, what pebbles can you delegate out so it makes more room for your big rocks and your medium rocks? It makes you think. So once you've prioritized your big rocks in your schedule and delegated all those pebbles out and gotten rid of some of that sand, the next tip, number 2, is going to be digital time blocking your calendar. Now, this was a huge game changer for me, and it was really, really difficult for me to let go of that paper planner. I absolutely loved my paper planner, and I literally would be excited every November for it to come and get excited for setting the new year. Actually, here's my paper planner from 2015. It's beautiful, colorful, you can see, but it's a little chaotic on the inside. Problem. What happens when you leave this at an appointment and it's gone? Problem. What happens when you spill something on it and it ruins it? Problem. What happens when you have to repeat day to day your daily disciplines over and over again? Problem. You're the only one that can see this at one time. It's not able to share it with anybody else. So you can see right there, just in that little instance, how a paper planner can waste your time. So digital calendars equal automation. And for me, that was huge, and it became my best friend. What I love about digital calendars is that you can actually set reminders and repeat buttons for all your daily disciplines, like your hour of powers, your team meetings, your morning routines, working out, anything that you want to do on repeat that you do daily. You don't have to write it out over and over again. You can send invites to meetings for clients and friends and whoever you're trying to meet with. You can actually set your GPS to go to the address that your next appointment's at. It's all huge time savings just by using a digital calendar. One thing I love about Google Calendar is that you can overlay other people's calendars on your calendar, and you can see their calendar and they can see yours. It's an amazing tool for accountability. Here you see a week's view of my personal Google Calendar. I've set it in the week view so you can see how easy it is to see day to day what's going on and for the whole week. It makes it very easy for planning, but not getting overwhelmed with the whole month's view. What I love also about Google Calendar or for digital calendars is that you can color code things. For me, I love seeing green in my calendar because green is the color of money. So I've coded all of my green colors to income producing activities or your highest best use of time for business. And then you see red for my personal time, which is so important to me, so it stands out, purple for coaching time, and orange for my team time. It's a great tool, and I highly recommend using those color codes to kind of make things pop for you. You can see clearly here what I need to be doing, when I need to be doing it, and there are no pebbles in my schedule. So just as I've blocked out my big rocks, you should do the same for yours and plan it for the whole year. It makes it so easy and everything's set to go. And that is where you can make sure that your priority is your big rocks are in place before that sand and pebbles take over. So that leads me to tip number 3. 3 is setting time limits and making them non-negotiable. Block your calendar with 15-minute increments instead of those 30 minutes and 1-hour increments. Most meetings actually don't need to take 1 hour long, believe it or not. If you do that, then you create a lot more space in your schedule. You go into a meeting, set that expectation that the meeting has a hard stop so you can go to your next meeting. And when that time comes, actually leave. That person is going to respect you for setting boundaries and following through. There's a saying that work will fill the time that you give it. And that also goes for meetings. So don't give it too much time. Another big tidbit for timing is to make sure that you block that travel time from appointment to appointment so that you're not rushing to get to something and you're not late. And also you can leave yourself space so that you're not stressed out in your day, because we don't need any more stress, right? And another huge tip is to plan that time. So I called time in my schedule for those crazy emergencies that you get phone calls in the middle of the day. We are in real estate and emergencies happen. So if you make a conscious effort to block out about 30 minutes or so in your schedule to fill in those times, it prepares you for that emergency that may or may not happen during that day. So the 4th and last tip I have for you today is your phone, okay? Your phone is the best accountability tool for you. Using your alarms actually and the do not disturb function are 2 amazing hacks and tools for you to keep you accountable. Especially since you have your phone on you at all times if you're a realtor, right? So I set alarms for everything because it's not just for waking up in the morning. When you set alarms, it actually creates brain space for you. You don't have to plug everything in your head to remember what needs to get done during the day. You can set alarms to pick up your kids, to drop them off, to drop off dry cleaning, pick it up, to set when you start your hour of power. It's time to leave for an appointment. It's time to go to the next appointment. And even better, something you may not think about, is to set an alarm to check in on your loved ones. You want to make a new resolution to call your spouse every day during the middle of the workday or call your mom and dad and check on them? Set an alarm for it. It's going to happen. things get so busy during the day and get lost in this shuffle, this is a way to make you stop and handle something that's important to you and then get on with your day. It's amazing how useful an alarm can be if you play it correctly. The next function would be the Do Not Disturb button. It's on your phone, it's in general settings, and it's a great tool to help you focus. I always put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm in important meetings, when I'm in my coaching calls, doing my hour power, and especially when I'm trying to work on projects and focus. It keeps that annoying dinging, the text messages dinging, that distract you from getting anything done. And the cool thing is your alarms actually still work, so if you have a stopping point, you can set your alarm to stop you during that time period. One really big hack that I have with Do Not Disturb is I have it scheduled to shut down every day at 9:30 p.m. and to sleep until 7 a.m. So I am not disturbed between that time period and I can have a good night rest. So that's it. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's not something that we're all born with just doing, scheduling and time blocking, but it's definitely a skill that you can learn that can help you magnify your life and create the life that you want. In the end, you will be more productive, more rested, less stressed, and you will be creating a life by design. Thank you so much to my coach, Emily Kettenberg, for helping me focus on my big rocks, and to Katie Short, my Director of Operations, for taking those pebbles out of my schedule. And cheers to a prosperous and well-planned 2021. Let's connect if we haven't already. I truly love this amazing ecosystem. Thank you.